to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sonia and I would love it if you could subscribe. And if you're already an existing subscriber, welcome back. So today I'm going to be filming my two other project finales for my channel, and this is my Pan That palette, which has a face palette and an eyeshadow palette and 1 month one palette, but I'm gonna skip through that very fast because I will say now I didn't use that palette once. And then we're gonna talk about my beauty A to Z. So these will be the last two projects on my channel for finales, and then in January I'm gonna start all of my projects again. I cannot wait to show you the products I've picked for each of my projects. Let's start with Pan That palette. What I'm actually going to do for these two palettes is I'm going to show you a picture for when I first introduced it, whether that be in the intro or through any of the updates. I'm going to show you a picture on the screen now for my face palette of what it looked like when I first introduced it, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like for the finale. So usually I do it update by update, but I thought this would be a really good way for you to see the difference. The palette I am panning face palette wise is this. So this was the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour palette. Fortunately, I didn't hit any of my goals that I wanted to do, which, okay, I lie, I've hit this one. So ignore these because I didn't pan these. I wanted to finish both of these powders. So what I'm actually going to do, like outside of this project now, is I am going to repress these powders and I'm going to use them up outside of this project. And then we have this pan on the contour. These are a lot more hard pressed than the powders, so it took me a lot longer to hit pan on this than I thought it was going to, and this one still doesn't have pan, unfortunately. But it is getting a dip now. Hopefully I will see that soon. I'm still going to continue on working on this outside because this isn't going to be my face palette I will be panning next year. It's not going to be, but I'm still going to work on it outside of it, and you will see this in an empties, like when I finish like the powders and hopefully finish the contour. This is the only contour product I think I've got in my collection now. It's not something I do. I think when I got this was back in 2016, so it's, you know, it's getting old. Contouring I think then was the rage, whereas now it's just not something I do. To me it's an extra step that I have to do, so I am going to continue on with this, but it's not going to be something I will be showing like in a project or anything going forward. But I did use this 7 times in the last month. It's unfortunate that I didn't really reach any of my goals, but this has had so much use, as you will have seen from the pictures to when I first introduced it to now, so I'm happy with that. And then we have my eyeshadow palette. So this was the I Heart Revolution Angel Heart palette. Again, I'll show you a picture of what it looked like when I first introduced it, and then I will show you a picture of what it looks like now for the finale. And I managed to hit pan in this shade, so that was my goal overall, and then I was just going to use the rest of them. This one, I've got quite a big dip now on it. That is where we are at the end. So I didn't finish it, which is fine. I think towards the end, a lot of these colours that were here were definitely more, especially like these ones, were definitely more kind of like summer colours. And I don't really reach for darker colours. I try, but in all honesty, it's just not the colours that I gravitate towards in any of my eyeshadow palettes. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. This isn't going to be my palette next year either, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know whether to keep it in my collection and just try and finish all the rest of these in, like, I don't know, maybe like a project, like just bring in one of them and try and finish it. I'm not sure. We will see, we'll see. I used this 5 times, so I didn't use it a huge amount. The reason I only used it 5 times was actually because I've just been enjoying not using eyeshadow and just having, you know, doing all the rest of my makeup and not having eyeshadow on. So that's why it had, you know, only 5 uses. But I did tally up how many, you know, times I used each of the shades. For this one, I used it twice. This one, I only used it 1 more time and I managed to hit pan. And then we have this one I used 4 times. So I only used 3 shades out of this palette since the last update, but that's fine. I at least got some use on it, as you will see from the photos. So that was the 2 palettes I was panning. I'm not unhappy because I have made a lot of progress, and this was the first year that I ever did project panning, so I'm not going to be too harsh on myself that I didn't finish, you know, any of those palettes. I'll just keep working on them. Then I did used to do a 1 month 1 palette, and the 1 month 1 palette I had was the Natasha Denona Mini Love palette, and I didn't use it. I didn't use it once because, as I just said, I was enjoying not wearing a lot of eyeshadow, and when I was wearing it I was trying to focus on the Angel Heart palette, so I'm not going to get it out because it's back in my drawer now. I didn't use that once, so I don't know whether I'm going to do that again next year, just because I am going to try and focus on the one eyeshadow palette that I am going to be panning, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel next year. So that was my Pan That Palette update. Like I said, I'm happy with the progress I've made, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing it this year. So the next project we're going to go on to is my Beauty A to Z, and I only had 3 products left in this since last update, and one of them I didn't use. That was for Elle, and that was a Lee Stafford spray. I didn't start that at all. And just a bit of a spoiler, that is going to be my Beauty A to Z next year, and I'm going to start that ASAP because I have finished the hairspray finally that I have been focusing on, which is why I haven't opened that one. So hopefully that spray will be done in 2022. What I will say is I didn't finish any products. There was no products I did finish. I didn't think there was going to be, but I'm just going to show you the products now. So this is the lipstick. So I have made some progress on this. I used it 9 times. Definitely made some progress on it. I don't have any pictures to show you. I think this might be something I might reach for again, maybe in 2022, I'm not sure. But for now, I've made some progress on it and I'm happy with that. And then last but no means least, we have this, and this is for V. And this is my Avon perfume, the Rare Flowers Night Orchid. So I haven't marked it. I've got really bad at marking now, and unfortunately I don't think you're going to be able to see where it's at because it's like an ombre and it gets darker as it goes down. I am about here on it now, so I don't think there's going to be a huge amount left considering the bottom of it is here. So the bottom of it is here and I am here, so I'm not going to have a huge amount left of this now. This is a perfume I've been using all year, and I did use it 15 times. This is the only one I've been using, and because we're back to working from home again all of the time, sometimes I forget to put perfume on because I only usually put it on when I'm going like out and about. So sometimes I haven't worn it, but I have tried to make more of an effort even when I'm at home to wear it because I do really like the smell of it. It is a nice perfume. I did lose the lid when I moved in July. So that was it. The reason I combined both of these 2 together and my other 2 was just because I knew that my Beauty A to Z only had 3 products, and of course my Pan That palette only has 2. So I thought it was going to be perfect to put these 2 together, and the other 2, which was my Project 10 Uses and my Project Pan. So if you'd like to go over there and watch that, I will link it in the cards either side. I can never remember which one it is. I will link it up there for you to go and have a look at that. That was my finale video. That is all of my projects finished for 2021. I've managed to keep up with it all year, and I cannot wait to get started again in 2022. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and it means the absolute world to me if you could subscribe if you don't already. And I'd love to know below your thoughts and opinions on my progress throughout the year, but also just in general, do you like these products that I've featured? And if you've done any projects in 2021, please let me know what they are. And until my next video, thank you for coming by. See you later.